Well, good evening, YouTube. Guess what? Picked up this coffee pot at the yard sale yesterday. Everybody's laughing at me. They say it's ugly. They don't get it. Guess what? I love it. If you're into it, let's check this out together and stick around and let's do this. All right, before we get started, hey, I just want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Rob Hall over at Bluegrass Bushcraft. He's got this Bluegrass Bushcraft coffee challenge. He's had it going for some time. I've jumped in on it for over a year now. Anybody can participate. So it could be a change of your coffee cup. It could be a change of your method. It could be the cup itself. It could be the coffee itself. It could be nothing. So jump into the Bluegrass Bushcraft Coffee Challenge anytime that you want. Rob would love to have you. I'd love to see what you have. It's just a perfect opportunity to have some fellowship and just see what everybody's up to. So take a look at it. Search around. You could look at it on my channel over at Rob Hall's Bluegrass Bushcraft, his Bluegrass Bushcraft channel, and you can see all kinds of people jumping in. So it's super fun. Check it out. Love to see you around. All right, that's quite a that's quite a oops. All right, that's quite a tongue twister, isn't it? That you got going there, Rob. Anyway, hey, before we take a look at this old timer, I just posted a short. I did a quick restoration of this little Paul Revere, this little whistling tea kettle. Man, it is sweet. I love this thing. Check it out. Just did a quick short. If you're into it, you can just see some polishing and some madness to get this little guy going. And I just love it. I got it. It was $5. I got it half off, $2.50. You know, it's the whole kind of thing. How can you turn $2.50 into $25, $30, maybe even more? But guess what? I fall in love with it, polishing on it. So probably going to go into the collection. All right. So this is what we're here for. This is an old timer. Okay. You saw if you looked at my yard sale scores yesterday, you'll see that I picked this thing up. I think I got it for $5. It is just gorgeous in kind of a, I don't know what to think of it, but it's cool. And I'm going to show you a couple things that's super interesting about this, because I think that this thing could be close to 100 years old. I really do. And there's some uniqueness to it that I want to point out. One is, I was struggling to get this top back on. It's keyed down there, so you just have to get it down there. It is the correct top. It is glass, okay? And one of the things right away that you can see that's interesting, there's the stem, and just like an electric coffee pot, electric coffee pots have this really small stem down there in the bottom, and it goes into like a seat down there, okay? And then there's an electric element. I don't want to drop that. There's an electric element that's kind of down in here in the base, and then the cord comes out, right? Well, look at this. See this element right there, the solid aluminum base? Everything happens right here. This is what sits on the stove. So check that out. It's just, I've never seen one like it. Okay, see that pedestal it's sitting on there? And then that's basically the element. And that's heating up a very, very precise area at the base of this. So I think it's not going to scorch your coffee. It's going to actually take everything and refine the heat in one specific area, and then draw that boiling water up through the tube here, up into, oh, that's interesting, up into the top. Actually, it shoots up over in the top. Then the water disperses down through this perforated area, down through the coffee, and then through all the little perforations. So look at that. Look at the top of that thing. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen anything like that. But then another interesting thing about this is look how fine the coffee ground holes are. old school coffee was ground very coarse, right? So a lot of times you'll see us with these vintage coffee pots, and we have to put coffee filters in them because, you know, grinders these days, or coffee that you'll get that's pre-ground, it'll just go right through the holes. Then you'll have a big mess on your hands. So very cool, very interesting. It's got to be the concentration of this has got to be how electric or electric coffee pots got their start, because this is very similar. This narrow stem, like I went over, looks like this even unscrews if I wanted to, and I could clean that out. Look at that. That is so cool. So anyway, that goes down in the bottom, and it fits in there just as it should. And then you got your water distribution piece, and then you got your cap. Let's boil some water. Let's fire up this little Peak 1 for this boil. There we go. Come on, baby. And there she be. All right, I'm gonna take this beauty out of here. Let's put some water in there. There we go. And I'm going to turn this down. Let's see it over here. There we go. So that's what we have, is we've got just the very base of this coffee pot being highly concentrated on the heat. And then you'll see down there at the bottom, you'll see that little concave area. That's the receiving area of the stem. So let's get this, let's get a boil going here. It's already starting to do something down there. You hear that? Funny. Gosh, I'm falling in love with this coffee pot. It's got like a little pew. It's got like a little sound to it. It's got some personality. It's got that Perk sound. I got to get out my electric kettles here in the fall, and there's like this soothing little knocking sound that it'll go. They're just so cool. I remember as a child sitting there with my uncle and watching him get his coffee ready in these electric kettles, and there's just a sound and a rhythm to it that's just, there's just nothing like it. But again, it is actually boiling the water almost instantly. You know, not the entire volume, but right there in that concentrated, and then it's shooting the boiled part up, and it's actually bringing the. I think I'm going to get a roller here, like soon. You see what I got going here in literally a minute. So it's a gurgle, but it's not actually a boil. All right, Rob. Woo! I'm getting excited. I'm getting really excited. It literally sounds like a little motorboat. I'm gonna take it off a second. All right, I'm gonna try this very last of this Black Rifle. I gotta say that quiet. I can't tell my wife I'm drinking coffee this late. Apparently, when I drink coffee late at night, I'm very annoying. I'm a very annoying and chatty person. So, I don't know. What do you think? Okay. I'm just see how tight the this is the store ground Black Rifle, and it's not falling through, not even a skosh. So now my little motorboat gurgle has subsided. Now I'm going to put this, I'm going to lower this flame, and I'm going to put the motorboat back on. Oh, no. Got to put the water diffuser on. Okay, now let's see what we get. So it was firing water out of the top. I capped it, put the coffee back in, capped it, let it cool a little bit. Now look at this perk. Look at this perk. Look at that flames of purple. Do we have the perfect perk? Oh, it's starting to, that's too much. I'm going to turn it down. Turn it down. Got to have that peak simmer. Look at that. Look at that perk. Dominic, what do you think of that? I know you've been hitting that peak. I know that you've been hitting the feather. Look at that simmer. I'm going to call it maybe a perfect perk. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if people that are into this see what you have here, but I kind of see this as like looking like a trophy. Do you see that? It looks like a first place trophy. I'm pretty sure. I mean, do you see it? Do you see the resemblance? It just keeps going. I am so tickled. And everybody, my wife, my daughter, they were just completely goofing on me about this coffee pot. I'm pretty sure it's the best coffee pot I have. Okay, in 1 minute, we're going to pour. All right. Ooh, it's black. All right. Thanks for putting up with that. I really enjoyed that. Honestly, you make up your mind. You saw it. You saw it here. Let's now keep in mind this coffee's pretty old too. So let me give it a little toke. Wow. I'm not just saying it. I'm not. It's okay. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna bring this coffee pot to Turkey Foot. Turkey Foot is what, 30 days away, and we're gonna have a pot, and you're gonna have to sample this yourself, and you're gonna have to see it with your own eyes and taste it with your own earbuds or taste buds. But tonight, this coffee's got to go out to somebody, and it's gonna be for me. Have a great week next week, everybody. Be safe, be cool, and we'll see you around.